I'm no good. I'm just a natural born traveling man, doing the things I should, oh yeah, doing the things I should. And I don't give a damn about a greenback dollar, spend it as fast as I can. Wailing song and a good guitar, that's all that I understand. That's all that I understand. When I was a little baby, my mom, she said, son, go where you will and grow to be a man and sing what must be sung. You gotta sing what must be sung.
Do you know what? I remember the first time, one of the first times I ever went busking.
Who knew it?
I
Gordon,
think I
was
told
it?
you before, did I?
No, was it Gordon you were with?
I was on Princess Street inside in Cork.
Yeah.
And that time, it was the most disgraceful thing to be done. Because as I was standing there singing my song, my sister passed me on the street, but she didn't get far. Because sure enough, I ran after her down the street with the guitar over my shoulder, shouting her name. So there was no way she could avoid me, really. But yet, look, you think about it now, and today you're considered a respectable citizen when you're a busker. It's unbelievable in such a short time how attitudes change, eh?
It's all right, isn't it?
Big of 5 years ago, now you're up somebody that's all right.
That's all that I understand. That's all that I understand.
Clonakilty is the place to be this weekend for the All-Ireland Busking and Street Entertainment Championships. This, our second year, we're bigger and better than ever. And we ask you to come along to Clonakilty for a most enjoyable time. Buskers from all over the continent of Europe will be vying for the title of All-Ireland Champion. Preliminary rounds commence tomorrow, Saturday at 12 midday. We take a break at 3 o'clock when we feature for your enjoyment an attraction for young and old, the first time ever in Cork County, the Mocknoss Dragon from Galway. This is a 40-foot gigantic dragon. It takes 30 people to operate it. On Sunday afternoon at 1:30 in scenic Kennedy Gardens, the All-Ireland Busking Championships will take place. We're very fortunate indeed this year to have judges as VP Fallon of the Sunday Tribune and RTE, Noel Redding of Jimi Hendrix Experience fame, and Ray Byrne of Bone Idol. So it's an attraction for young and old. Clonakilty is the place to be this weekend, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, for the All-Ireland Busking and Street Entertainment Championships.
Thanks be to God, that's all we're knowing here.
Yeah. My God almighty, the people mustn't get up here until about noon.
Unfortunately, Clonakilty, like lots of small towns throughout Ireland, the outlook for jobs is not at all good.
It's a town of population of approximately 3,000 people. It's got an unemployment number of something in the region of 450. The amount of young people in town is very low. It's somewhere in the region of 20-25-year-olds. I'm actually one of the very few people that, for example, in my class, stayed around town.
The reasons we felt we should have a festival would have been the amount of unemployment we had in town. We had factories closing over a number of years. At the same time, we had a growing realization of the amount of talent that was available and around here and was totally untapped. The town as a whole certainly has a lot to offer with regards to music and music places.
Out of pure enjoyment, people play music. The pubs are very receptive to it, and the atmosphere seems to be right for it. The town looked attractive to people like Noel Redding and Paddy Keane and the Piper, and all sorts of people who play music. And it's from that the feeling towards the Busking Festival, that's why it happened so easy, because people were used to music and they respond well to music and to musicians and understand them.
Gentlemen,
last meeting, Dennis, please.
Minutes of last meeting were approved and signed.
There's a challenge there to do something that has not been experienced in this town before. It needs a lift. I'm one of a small number, a half dozen, to take on the challenge. If it succeeds, we're great. If it doesn't succeed, well, sure, we might try something else.
Good morning, John.
Morning, Pat. How are you, sir?
Nice morning.
Pat, as you know, we're on the Busking Committee. We're looking for a few shillings, if you don't mind, sir. Is that okay with you?
That's okay, fine.
Because there's a lot of things going that we didn't have last year as such, you know. So we just ask you a little bit extra, you can see your way. What shall I put you down for?
Oh, definitely, sure. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, I've got a sign. You'll have a lead into Kinsey, so you'll have 5. Yeah, the sign for that as well. That's the 5th sign.
But it's basically street diversion. It's not closure. It's street diversion.
Well, well, closure of the streets and bridge, whichever. Okay.
What we hope to get from the festival is a good influx of tourists into the town. I mean, basically it's a buskers festival for buskers, but from my point of view, being in business, what I want is a lot of people to come into town and spend a lot of cash in town. And what the majority of people outside the committee want is that the influx of tourists into town and those people spending a lot.
Now it's your turn.
The Busking Festival is doing more for tourism in Clonakilty and in the surrounding areas than any other event we have in Clonakilty.
Tourism doesn't just happen. You have to work at it.
Thank you.
Hold it now, didn't we agree specifically that committee presence would have to be at the headquarters at all stages, that would be one item of the thing that we wouldn't let the stewards?
Look, I was left to organise it.
Yes,
No,
but let's go back to
I
the minutes. I
was
mean, you
left
were
to
organising within the parameters of committee direction.
Get up off your fat arse.
No, we were actually. The weather now is vital for the busking night. Now, the vibes from the buskers that I've met quite a few of them during the summer, like they're all looking forward to coming to Clonakilty. Last year, they were treated like dignitaries because it is the festival about buskers. They're not a sideshow or anything like that. So, I mean, weather, if we get the weather, and I say it will be the best thing that ever happened in Islam.
So that whoever is doing it, we can be telling them.
The buskers can have a good weekend. It isn't going to cost them anything. And that the people who come to see the buskers will spend the money. And the money that we will get from the people who spend the money in the shops, we will get it back and give it back to the buskers, and hopefully it'll keep rolling like that. And it'll become like the Festival of Fools. As a matter of fact, last night we have already taken an entry from an Australian with a 6-foot didgeridoo. So that's
We're digressing, sorry Tom, we're digressing. I'll come back to the didgeridoo aspect of it. I have to labour this point because we're within a day of opening this office. Yeah. And under no circumstances can we have just stewards. That was specifically yours and Bob's.
These are not stewards. These are people who are there to do a job, specifically organised by me and by Bobby.
Look,
and that's it now, look, cut out the messing.
They're not committee, you see.
They don't have to be a committee, it's a 6-man committee. I can't do every bloody thing.
If you go back through your own minutes, you'll see that you were specifically after agreeing to do just that.
And I have done it, and I have done it.
Right.
I can't go running for you everywhere.
But not within the parameters of...
Parameters, my backside. Now, it's as simple as that. You can do what you want. It's organised, I have it done. Right?
You're very edgy today.
I said that earlier.
Did you
I
get
said that
safeguard?
earlier. Sailcraft is organised.
Fine. Right.
I'm resigning.
No.
Good morning, Clonakilty. 1987, the second All-Ireland Busking and Street Entertainment Championships. You're very welcome to Clonakilty, buskers and tourists and locals. Everybody, it's all happening in Clonakilty this afternoon, starting at 12 midday. Any buskers in town, please check in now. Those that are not already signed in, make your way along here.
Oh, is this the busking off?
That's the right place.
All right.
Hi, great to see you. How are you doing? How are you on it? Long time no see.
Yes, very good.
Brian, great crowd over there.
Nice, lovely.
You'll never be very rich from it anyway. I mean, from
You
busking,
never
like.
get rich from busking. Because if you got rich from busking, you wouldn't bother busking.
It's true.
I don't want to get rich anyway, you know.
Well, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind to be rich for
I wouldn't mind a bit of
maybe
comfort and all
day
the
or
rest
two,
of it.
like.
Like, I know, yeah, but then you wouldn't be busking, you see.
I know.
We'd
Do
be
you
in
know?
our little
Nest.
luxury nest, yeah, looking out the bay windows, looking down on the bay, totally bored with each other.
Probably so, yeah.
Meal voucher entitled us to, like.
It's all in the back there.
Oh yeah, you can have a steak, like if you want a steak, or...
Well.
And how long does the meal voucher last for?
It lasts for as long as you're eating the meat.
Do you think I'd get fat?
Hopefully.
I say we'd have to give you the bundle.
I ask you please, ladies and gentlemen, to clear the roads because the dragon will take up all the space in the road. And we ask you to make a carnival atmosphere. Please clear the streets and make room for our own St. Patrick's Brass Band and show your appreciation for the acts as they pass by. It's carnival time in Clonakilty.
You had no singing pubs. When I was young anyway, anybody who started to sing song in a pub, he was told to get out because he was drawing attention to the pub.
But music was played around the countryside and...
It was, but certainly in the rural communities, and as far as farming was concerned, any farmer didn't want his son to be a musician.
Is that right?
No, because he was automatically becoming a waste.
Go on.
He was invited to
We were
thrashings.
all wasted.
He was invited to thrashings, and he was invited to weddings, and he was invited to hauling homes, and he was up all night, naturally, and he was playing step dancing, which was just as bad.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to get up the following morning, and eventually the farm went, as they said, into the pros.
where there's no sickness, no toil, no danger. In that dear land to which I roam, traveling home to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come.
There was a group number 45. Did you see them with Coolin? Who was selling their album?
Oh, yeah, selling the album.
Oh, I met a woman, she's my pro. She's got luggage eyes and a rolling nose. Well, her body come from side to side. She needle, she said, much obliged. Well, climbing piggyback, I come to her shack. We go inside, the place, the mess, she said, my
We had 3 million rides of all blind horses' hides. We had 4 million barrels of bone. We'd 5 million hogs, 6 million dogs, and 7 million barrels of porter. We had 8 million bales of old nanny goats' tails in the hold of the Irish Rover.
Go back onto your other page here. Number 42.
Which one's he?
Those are the traditional ones there.
I haven't been down there yet.
No. Well, there was a fiddle, Nando, and Laura.
I thought about my mama. I rolled around, screwed around all day. I got stoned and I missed it. I got stoned and I missed it. I got stoned. I can pull my pie. I got stoned. I got stoned. I missed it. I got stoned. All the old money.
They see a musician like that with long hair and rather dirty face and torn clothes. They say, my God, there must be a crowd of weirdies more than anything else.
They aren't all like that either,
Pardon?
you know. Not all of them are
I've got
like
most
that.
of them are down along the street. Very most of them are. But again, I suppose, they're part of their way of dress, and we accept it as such. I suppose if our Lord came in it now, he'd probably dress the same and go around with a banjo.
No, you've said it.
He'd probably draw a bigger crowd than he did at the time.
Little John brought the whole thing into perspective with the work he did all week, and the children of the town, and the whole. It got the families involved, and you could see the total reaction there.
Right. So that's 9 theoretically. Okay. So we've got number 20.
This is where the fun starts.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got, I'll just reiterate what's the possibilities. Right. Number 36, you like that, don't you?
36, the girls.
Girls with the fiddles.
4 fiddles and the bloke.
2 fiddles, flute I have, yeah?
Was it?
Or whatever.
What do you think?
I'm kind of more swayed for the guys standing on the boxes, number 38, playing traditional music.
Well, now we've temporarily crossed that out.
The complaints were before the dragon came out. And I'd say if you went back to the people who complained after the dragon, they'd have been delighted. I mean, there was no...
Indeed. But in fairness, I think we jumped the gun on the closing insofar as we got a bit early.
Yeah, bullshit. If you had the announced road closure and the whole lot beforehand, they'd have been up in arms. Now they've seen what it's about. Now next year we can go for a proper road closure and have the job done properly.
face, something green and golden glorious, welcome in the day. Someone shouted through the transom, the grab the coat. There's a nut down on the corner, give $1 bills away. So I sat around a bit, had another hit. I wrote myself a bummer, I thought about my mama. I rolled around, screwed around all day. I got stoned and I missed it. I got stoned and I missed it. I got stoned and rolled right by. I got stoned and I missed it. I got stoned and I missed it. I got stoned all day, all night.
Oh, some people sort of wonder why I'm experienced. I used to be the small, hairy bass player with the Jimi Hendrix Experience from 1966 till 1969.
Come on, Whitey. Come on. I was a good girl.
What? After living in LA for like a couple of years and going crazy, I thought I'd get a bit sane, and I moved to West Cork. I don't know how, but it worked.
When we first discussed coming to Southern Ireland, and also we should come to the southwest coast because it was tropical, you know, the Gulf Stream drift and all that sort of stuff. So visions of palm trees and everything like that.
Well, when I first got here, like, it was after I sort of like, as I said, left LA, and I was sort of going through a strange period of my life. I hadn't played for a long time. I stopped playing because I was doing lawsuits against the estate of Hendrix and trying to get my just money, which I never got, and I stopped playing. And then, like, they had these little things on Monday nights in O'Donovan's Hotel called Getting to Know Yous,
Southern Comfort,
where Jimmy Hayes was playing, you
Right.
see, and I used to go in there and like, and suddenly, like, after a couple of years, like, I sort of jumped up and played Johnny B. Good one day, and suddenly it became a regular thing, and I started playing again.
Seems the songs we're singing are all about tomorrow. Tunes of promises you can't keep.
And I had another band, and I got ripped off again. Then
Came back to Clonakilty.
came back to Clonakilty.
Got put right again.
And I thought, well, why not work in West Cork? And I've been working here ever since, and still am.
It's a lovely place to be.
Well, last week I was in Wilmington, Delaware, in America, doing a big open-air gig. But I much prefer playing in small, intimate type places with nice people, because it's much better than playing all these sort of big gigs, which I used to do in the past, because there was no relationship with the audience, basically. You'd sort of like be thrown into a caravan behind the stage, and then you were thrown on the stage, and you sort of played away, you couldn't see the audience, and you were driven off in a helicopter or a limousine, and never got paid for it. I play in West Cork in places like Glandore, Skibbereen, Clonakilty, Bandon. We do pubs, hotels, private parties, dances, christening parties, weddings, wakes, divorce parties, of course the Barras in Clon, and I just keep the hand in it, pays a few bills, so I'm still active musically, thankfully.